Good evening. This is Dr. Russell Robinson coming to you live from his home office. I hope everyone is doing well. Today's date is October, I think it is the 18th. No, it is the 15th. I'm sorry. And this is Elements of Speech, MSCM 1250 for North Carolina State University. I hope everyone is doing well. We're going to remain in a holding pattern for the time being and wait for our students to join us. In the meantime, we're going to try to get things started. So sit back, be patient, and we'll start shortly.
Now when you get through, slow down my heart.
Thomas?
Yes, hello. Hi, Dr.
How are
Robertson.
you?
For yourself.
I'm tired. Pardon me for playing
A long day.
background.
It was good. I thought, it was like, just our like mellow out as people join into the session music.
I kind of need that these days. I am so tired. I am so sorry I have been kind of incognito. Basically, we have had so much stuff going on at the university.
Mhm.
At least I'm on like a search committee, and then on top of that, I also am doing other things with my other classes and trying to get articles written. I didn't think being a university college professor was going to be this much work.
I have a roommate who has been a professor for probably 10 years now. So I get to hear about his grading sessions, and there are days that he's just, it's over by the time 9 o'clock hits. Just there's no moving from the couch, and then you pass out afterwards. But it's been kind of like that in my other classes too. It's like I have an ethical business and technology ethics class,
Okay.
and the professor picked up like another professor's course because she was out in I think somewhere in the European Union.
Mhm.
She was in, and so he had like 5 courses, and this was a night class. So when he showed up, he was like, "This is my 5th class of the day. Just like I'm on like my 7th cup of coffee. Don't worry if I'm like out of my mind right now." So
No,
it's understandable.
I think we're all at what's called the midterm malaise, and so we're all just trying to make sure we can clamp on and hang on. So this is probably going to be a rather short hangout tonight, partly due to the fact because 1, I am sleepy, and 2, but I don't think many people are going to show up. I hope they do, but if not, grateful. I love the company. So for the most part, you had one of the best PowerPoint presentations ever, period. Hold on. Yes, Russell?
Is it okay if you bring me a napkin?
Oh, not tonight, son.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. He wants to go ahead and meet the students. I'm like, not tonight. I'm not.
Oh.
But
you don't have the energy to introduce me or any of that.
yeah, I'm just like,
Hey,
student, kid, bye, kid. Okay, so it wouldn't be right. But you had one of the best presentations I've had since I've taught the class for the demonstration speech. One of the best. Tell me how you did it. What did you do? Because I'm going to actually use it as a model.
I honestly followed your example. That's really all I can say about it. I followed your example, and I looked on your YouTube channel. I saw some of the prior students' presentations. I watched their presentation and kind of modeled mine after that. And just like I mean your presentation or your video on how to do it. I watched the 3-part video. I think that you did. Yeah, I skipped around some of it, some of the beginning introductions for it. But just showing how to format each slide, and I followed that format. And I honestly, when I first was picking my topic, I was like, how am I gonna, I spend most of my time on the computer nowadays. Like, what do I do outside? I'm like, well, I bike. So I'm like, how do I make this interesting? And like, well, I don't want to just do one exercise on a bike. So I chose the whole, kind of just introduction to bikes. But it was because of your videos that it was set up that way, to be honest.
It was, it looks
so,
like, the colors were, it looked very professional. I was very pleased with what you did. So tell me, what about the other parts of the speech, I guess, itself? Do you think that's going to be, put it this way. Now, you do realize for this speech, and those who will watch the Hangout on Demand, you do realize that you don't have to have an audience for this speech, right?
Yes. I saw there were the two speeches at the end, which we've dropped. I think we've dropped the last one. I knew the 2 speeches at the end were the presentation, the group presentation speeches. So that one this one I actually did do the one draft of it, which I'll probably redo since we've the opportunity to do so. But I did it just right in the room. I threw the projector up on the wall and, just went with it. And yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do basically is next week, which is basically next Sunday, I believe, that's when the due date will be for the final version of the demonstration speech for those who are listening. And after that, we will go ahead and evaluate that. I'll give some students some feedback. That's one of the reasons I've just been so late, because I've been so tired. But I'm going to give some feedback on their PowerPoint presentations. We had some students, for some reason, who felt they could do a speech on anything. And I'm like, no, you have to read the syllabus, folks. So that's pretty much what wound up happening there. That's why we have a little bit of a delay. But I'm going to announce the final speech, which will basically be, it'll be a month in the making, so people have enough time to make modifications to make revisions from the demonstration speech if they need to. But the next and final speech will be the informative speech. And that one, I usually don't like to give the topic out until after, because I want to go through the whole research process.
Okay.
And so for the informative speech, I want to make sure that students have first a sentence outline. I also want them to have a bibliography, an annotated bibliography, about 3 to 4 sources. Then I also want them to include within the informative speech, or at least within the PowerPoint presentation, we want to really transfer the elements that you learn in PowerPoint and actually apply them by using statistics within the actual, whatever the topic would be.
Okay.
So we want to make sure that students are able to bring graphs into their presentations.
Right.
With some way to creatively bring graphs in. I actually am going to make a special Hangout, or probably not even Hangout, I'll probably make a special tutorial on some snappy graphics that people can use to go ahead and bring a little additional extra stuff to their, a little extra spice to their, I guess.
Sure.
To the presentation. So yeah, I am.
Sure.
I'm definitely, so I think that'll be a good change for people. And again, I'll walk folks again step by step through what I'm looking for in the informative speech. And I may even go ahead and show them, I guess, how to, well, you already know how to do a PowerPoint at this point. It's really just a matter of taking what types of graphics you can use and incorporate them into your speech.
Yeah. Making it appealing and making it easy, making it actually effective at getting information across, rather than just being like, here's my slides with a couple pictures thrown onto it. It's making it actually look professional. And like and then what you were saying, as soon as you're saying like bringing statistics over for the informative speech with the graphs and stuff, it's all stuff, I'm in my senior year from New York. So it's, I've done, and being with technology background, that it's stuff I've worked with a lot, in my educational career. So even when you were saying bringing like statistics over, I'm thinking back to my summer course on microcomputer applications in Excel and Access. I'm already thinking, oh, what tools can I use? I'm already like, okay,
perfect.
What can I use in Excel, that I've already done? And, so no, that's that sounds great.
How was the course? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, my email, I think by like 3 or 4 emails I've written to you have been like 7 paragraphs long or something. So, whenever I do write, it's always just like I get out, whatever questions I had at the time. So, and then I'm thinking, well, if he's already this busy, he's going to look at this and be like, oh my God, like I can't.
Well, that's why I try to either do like mini lectures or try to at least have a hangout so that's relevant. Hopefully it'll address the questions. And if I have students that have a lot of questions, then the goal of why we have the hangouts is really so we can go ahead and discuss and flesh out those questions. Mm-hmm. So, and again, I think in some cases, I really want to make sure that I make the class as user-friendly as possible. I don't want to make it too convoluted, but I do want to make sure that the students walk away with a good quality set of skills. Things they can apply. I was going to ask you this. What do you think about the class? How's the class been for you so far?
I've
been okay?
Yeah, I've liked it in that my prior education, it hasn't been, I don't know if it's just the way that the classes have been focused or if it's the student, the size of the class or the students who are putting the work forward, but your classes seem more effort on actually not just saying, okay, here's your grade, here's what you did, and here's what you did wrong, here's your grade. You actually will want to, okay, let's go back and let's fix what you did and let's make it better and make it forward in a good, put it forward as a good final product, make a good final product. So I've liked that you actually focus on fixing what has been put forward. I like the vision of the speeches that we've had so far, and I looked at when we were doing the demonstrative speech. I don't know, what am I going to do, for my demonstrative speech? But once I actually figured out a topic, it really flowed well.
Okay.
And it's been good so far. Also, hello, Iris.
Hi, Iris. Iris. Or she must have a frozen screen.
Mm-hmm. So it's been
Go ahead.
It's been good for me. It's been good for me so far. I just, I get worried. I just get worried if I see the syllabus and then I'm like, okay, well, do I need to get these things in? So there's just the class has been good.
One of the things I try to do too is I try to be as flexible as I can with the online class because I think everyone has jobs and I know we all have deadlines. But I want to make sure that if I have to modify the syllabus, it's always going to be in favor of the student. So it's like, that's why I made the decision. I was like, God, you're having so much trouble with the demonstration speech that I think it's probably better that we just put as much effort as we can to make sure that we have good information. Hold on, I have a student who's like tweeting me. I'm like, oh boy. But no, I want to make sure that we have a good product and everything out there. So that's the main thing. Hi, Iris.
Iris again. She appeared for a couple seconds.
Then she bounced. I think she'll be back. I hope she'll be back.
I think she's having connection issues.
I think you're right. Let's see.
There she.
Hold on. I'm actually. Hold on.
No worries.
Okay. Iris, are you there? Okay, so what she'll have to do then, she'll have to come back and do the on-demand version. So what I'm going to do now is, if you have no other further questions, I'm going to go ahead and end it for now and try to take care of this other small class issue. But again, if you have questions, email me briefly, and I will go ahead and make sure I try to respond as best as I can. But right now, get your speech in, and I will try to upload. I will go ahead and provide some samples again. So if you need some ideas of what you want to try to do, I will try to get that out there as soon as possible. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
The only other thing,
Mhm.
the only other thing was that question on the introductory speech. Because I did submit it late the due date, and then I missed the announcement that you had added the 2 or 3 days, I think, to the submission to Blackboard.
Yeah.
So I didn't get it submitted to the Dropbox at that time.
Do me a favor.
Was it possible?
Shoot me an email to the effect that we talked about this, and I will go ahead and manually pop the grade in myself.
Problem.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I had my demonstrative speech, the first draft of that up. If you get time for feedback on that before the deadline next Sunday,
Okay.
Even quick feedback, that'd be great.
You got it. Okay, Iris, I'm sorry we couldn't get up with you. You keep freezing up, but look for the Hangout on demand. Everyone, we'll talk to you soon. Be well. Good luck on the assignment. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks again for checking in.
Thanks, Dr. Robson.
Bye-bye.